Let me refresh Facebook. We should be up though. Hello, everybody, as we log in here, and I do see us, so we're good there. Let me get that muted. All right, and I see people hopping on, so welcome everybody.
We did it!
Super excited about tonight's information that we have for you. We've got some amazing people that we're so excited to introduce you to. I will let you kick it off, and
Perfect.
We'll go.
All right. Well, good evening. We are Sean and Michelle Poe, calling in, zooming in, Facebook Living in, whatever you want to call it, in from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And we are so insanely blessed and so fortunate to have these three beautiful people on here with us tonight. My gosh, Sean and I were introduced to what we're going to be talking about a little bit tonight, just over 7 years ago. And we were just talking a little bit before this that my biological father died of a heart attack at the age of 42. And when I was introduced to, a little bit of what we're going to be talking about, the first thing that I heard was that there was going to be a cardiologist that's going to be presenting the information. And my girlfriend, Nikki Elsing, came to me, and she actually worked at the heart hospital here in Sioux Falls. And she was a dietitian there, and she said, Michelle, I know you're entrepreneurial about people and health, and you're just passionate about making a difference. You really need to look at what we've got here. And I was like, what in the world is Nikki coming to me for? This is really interesting, but, where do we go from there? Anyway, I watched this ABC primetime investigative report that completely blew my mind. And then she shared that there was this cardiologist, and then she shared that he was going to be there the next day. And we went to this meeting, and my mouth dropped, and I said to Sean, oh my gosh, this is a forever kind of thing. And so it's not about us tonight or our story, but I have to tell you that tonight, right before this, I was just sharing with them, I got tears in my eyes and I had chills all through my body thinking about this mission and this purpose of what we've got here, within our company, but with the people that our company is attracting. And that's what I'm so excited about, is to, bring on John here and his special guests, because we are attracting people that truly care about the world, that truly care about making a difference. And it brings so much joy to my heart that you guys are here tonight, that you are here with our company, that you're here to go out and make a difference in this world. And it's just the coolest. So thank you for being here. So I think just sharing with John here first. This wonderful guy down below, I don't know if everybody's seen it the same way that I am, but down below is John Brooks. John Brooks is a very special friend of ours that lives here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And John, when did we first meet? How many years ago?
Oh, it has to be about 7 years, I think. Probably about 7 years, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, and when we first met, okay, you see John's beautiful smile on his face. So this is John. This is always John. John, how tall are you?
What's that?
How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
Okay. John's this great, handsome, tall man, always has the biggest smile on his face, shakes everybody's hand, smile. How can I help you? Oh, can I drive you somewhere? Can I pick something up? John is always the first to volunteer for anything, and just is a saint. And he is just a dear, dear friend. And so, John, I want to just bring you on just to say hello and introduce your friends here. But I just want to tell you what a gift you are to us and everybody that knows you. And for those of you that are tuning in tonight, definitely put some hearts out there for John and also his guests. Those of you that know John really well, comment below and say the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of John. And John, because he is that kind of guy. And then also let us know, please, where you're coming in from. When we're on these Facebook Lives or on Zooms, we can't always tell, who's all out there and where they're from until we go in and look. And it's so fun to go back and see, and then connect with you later and see how we can help and whatnot out there. So John, welcome tonight. I'm so excited for you. Thank you for being here.
Well, thanks, Michelle and Sean. You guys are such amazing leaders, and this is so exciting. We have some super, super guests to introduce to our entire LifeVantage family. And I met Dr. Gandhi on LinkedIn. And the bonus, too, was when I met Dr. Gandhi, I got to meet Hatel too as well, so it just double whammy. But she is an amazing doctor, and Michelle's going to read her CV in a minute here, but just amazing people. And, you know, it's really a tribute to our company to be able to have people like this, of this caliber, join us, and, you know, with credentials like this and hearts bigger than that even too. So super, super excited.
Well, I know too, John, when you mentioned to me that you had reached out to her, and a couple of things that you guys were going back and forth with, you said some of the comments that came back was, wow, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so, you know, like I said, you know, when you have science behind our products and when you have someone that is such a prestigious doctor like Dr. Gandhi, who would say, wow, that just like, it just speaks to a lot of us really don't really understand what we have in our hands. And we have something really special here. And to attract incredible people like Dr. Gandhi and Hetal, we have something amazing. So it's really, really cool.
Well, I say that all the time, and it gives me chills. And, you know, I always, when I share with people just journeys and, you know, looking at different things, I'm like, listen to your intuition. Listen to what is going on there, because there, you know, from day one, I have just felt that there is something insanely special here. And I say all the time too, this is so much bigger than what we can even imagine. And I mean, I just, every single day, as more and more, Sean knows, I say we are more excited today than when we first were introduced to this. And so, John, one more thing before we introduce your dear friends. You said that you met her, or, you know, contacted her through LinkedIn. Yeah. So what did you see that attracted you to want to reach out to someone like her?
Well, when I saw Dr. Gandhi's profile, my mouth was on the floor. It just like, holy look at this amazing lady. Look at what she's accomplished, and look how many people that she's helped, you know, with huge hearts to be able to, I mean, she has a 95% rate on helping, you know, on that. And one of the things that, you know, she'll read it in a second here, but
no, go for it.
Yeah, just the credentials, and she was an entrepreneur, and it just like, you know, it just sounded like the LifeVantage, you know, if you could write a LifeVantage bio, you know, it's kind of right there. Why would that be part of the family? And so it was very fortunate that, and the company is majorly blessed to have these guys aboard.
Yeah. And I guess one thing that I would like to ask before we jump into these two is that could be intimidating for a lot of people, and they would like to contact somebody like that, but then we have that chicken list that people don't want to call. So how did you get to the point where you were just like, I'm going to reach out to her. This is the perfect contact?
Well, like I mentioned the other day, that, you know, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And, you know, in our industry, you know, in our business, there's, you know, there's a lot of people out there, and a lot of times, a lot of us are kind of held back to think, you know, we kind of prejudge, and we think, you know, they're probably not going to be involved, or that, you know, they're very successful. They may not want to look at what we have. And it just means that you really should reach out and not prejudge, and this is a gift, you know. And Michelle, you always say that, and it is so true. I mean, this is a super gift that we need to share with the world, and, you know, for health and wealth. And, you know, speaking of what you said, my dad had a heart attack when I was in high school.
Oh.
He had heart issues the rest of his life. And so, you know, when I saw Cardiologist, you know, it's amazing. We need those amazing cardiologists, especially with Dr. Gandhi. She is, you know, an interventional cardiologist. She's, you know, with natural means. So it's amazing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. And let's get to the two superstars here.
Yes. The show, it's meant to be. It's just so meant to be. So please correct me when I am not saying something exactly right, because we've got to. So I'm going to have you say your first name. Dr.
Pratiksha.
There we go. Gandhi. Let's see. So first degree connection for CEO, IPC Health or Heart Care Center in the US and India. Good? All right. Let's see here. IPC. Okay, bear with me, everybody. I'm going to go through this because it is amazing. You want me to go through all of it, I promise. IPC Heart Care Center, Seth GS Medical College, KEM Hospital, Seth GS Medical College, KEM Hospital goes on. Let's see. Dr. Gandhi, MD, is a global healthcare leader, serial entrepreneur, boom, preventive cardiologist, boom, author, boom, researcher with a mission to eradicate cardiovascular disease by preventing heart attacks and reversing heart disease using non-invasive and cost-effective treatments. All right, people out there, put some hearts up and hollers and comments for that, because that alone bless you. Truly, truly bless you. Oh, it's just beautiful. She is India's first woman preventive cardiologist and founder of IPC, Institute of Preventive Cardiology, founded in 1999 in Mumbai. She pioneered the concept of preventive and non-invasive cardiology, for which her work was applauded by the late President Dr.
Kalam.
I want to make sure I get them all right. She is awarded by the Finance Minister, Mr.
Chidambaram.
Thank you, as the best woman entrepreneur in 2006, making her India's first woman doctor to have received this honor. Okay, everybody out there, holla, holla, holla. Let's put some, that's just amazing. Okay, let's see. IPC is India's pioneering evidence-based chain of preventive cardiac care, and she is also the founder, member of EECP, Expert Committee in India Association with International EECP Registry in Pittsburgh in the US. Under her leadership, IPC centers have treated over 50,000 cases, which also involve international patients with a 95% success rate. Did you guys get that? 95% success rate. Wow. She has been a business consultant to various health care startups and has successful expanded businesses globally, having launched new and innovative products and devices in preventive healthcare industry. She has worked for several international firms and has set up their distribution channels in foreign markets. She is a renowned international speaker, an award-winning author, published thousands of articles, created several healthcare shows on TV and channels that have spread her message. Oh, sorry, Sean, thank you. Spread her message of heart care prevention to millions of people globally. She is the CEO of her established IPC Healthcare Center headquartered in the US. Her expertise and entrepreneurial talent has served in the Buena Park Heart Center in California, one of the largest EEC facilities in Southern California. In 2016, I'm almost done. I'm sure we could even go longer. The International Association of Cardiologists in New York recognized her as the leading physician of the world, recently awarded with top 50 global women healthcare leader in March 2017. Okay, what did I miss? Because I think we should just be bowing, hugging you. I'm sure I missed something in that beautiful. But oh my gosh, bless you for being here. Bless you for all the work and the passion and the mission that has gone before you. And this isn't even on the question, but it's on my heart right now. What got you into preventive cardiology and the mission in India and whatnot?
Okay.
Welcome.
Yeah. Like I would start with what we do, a traditional namaste. So like I thank you for whatever you had a great introduction. I never expected to say so much, but I'm glad that the audience knows, and
Yeah.
I'm sure that they would get connected with our mission and what we are doing at LifeVantage. So thank you very much for that. Sean and Michelle, you have been amazing, and I've been already like your big fans watching you on the YouTube. So me and Hetal, he's going to speak a lot actually. He's the energy behind what I'm doing. So,
I'm just
so
that's my claim to fame.
I hear you. I hear you.
Like generally when you do a medical college and you're a top student, all of you want to go into surgery because you can make a lot of money and like it's a great life, right? But I'm also a trained teacher in yoga and meditation, and I believe a lot into natural and holistic. So though I am trained in modern medicine, that is allopathic medications, but I saw there are a lot of side effects, and I'm sure all the people out here knows that the third cause of death in US is prescription medications.
It's crazy.
Okay, so that's really crazy, and I think we all have lots to do here for the people, because we work so hard not to get killed by medications, right? So,
Right.
So for me, preventive medicine, which is actually the neglected part of medicine, which nobody wants to go to, it attracted me a lot because with all the, my surname is Gandhi, and actually if you all know that Mahatma Gandhi was a very famous leader in India who actually taught the concept of non-violence. And in fact, we have here Martin Luther King who followed his principles. We have Nelson Mandela. So like all the great leaders actually follow his principles because he stood for truth, So I think that runs in our family too, because we are connected from the same, community. So I felt that I want to stand for truth. And the truth is that the body has its own healing powers, and with diet, exercise, and nutritional methods, how can you heal yourself? So because generally people take the superior doctor, to be the person who has a lot of monies and car, but actually in the ancient Asian culture in India and China, the superior doctor is the one who keeps people away from hospitals. Okay. So I felt that if I pray every day and I want to reach every home, will I pray that, oh, I want to do 10 surgeries a day, let people get disease and I chop them? Or I pray that let me do something where people don't get disease and I keep them away. So that's where I found my mission, that I want to be into preventative medicine. And later on, once I did my post-graduation in medicine, in preventive medicine, I found that 70% of the people get heart attack as a first symptom.
Wow.
Wow.
It's like we are all waiting for 911, to call up and somebody collapsing.
Right.
And the fact is that 80% of heart attacks are preventable.
Wow.
And what are we doing? We are staying in a developed society, and we are losing people left, right, and center. So that's how I got into preventive cardiology and started my work over there, helping people, and as Hetal said that 4 years back, I decided to move to US to take the mission globally. And we are so fortunate and blessed to come across this opportunity, which I'll be discussing, because we see this as a great tool into what we are doing.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. And, just even this message on Facebook, I think is going to impact so many people, giving them education, right? Giving them information. People don't want to live unhealthy, but sometimes it's a challenge knowing just what to even start with, where to even begin. And I can tell you right now, we have a couple hundred people that are watching this live. By the end of this, we'll have 1,000 plus that have viewed it. And over the next couple of days, in the next couple of weeks, this will reach over 10,000 people. I promise you that. So your message and your willingness to share your story and your journey is incredible. And that's the mission I think all of us are on, is how do we help people?
Right.
And we do it in a lot of different aspects, in a lot of different ways, but that's ultimately the goal and the mission that we're all in is helping people be better, live better, and just leave the world a better place, right? So we're so grateful that you guys are taking time to do this. I know that John contacted you initially off of social media, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
When John first contacted you, what made you curious to learn more about the company and the products?
John actually is very smart and very professional. I would say that he first sent me a LinkedIn invite. So like when I looked at his profile, like he's into this like newspaper and like advertising. So actually I've always because my mission is in preventive cardiology, I've always been in tune with all the people who are in the media, so
there you go. I like it.
Actually knowing what is coming in,
Yes.
So I just accepted his invitation, and boom, all the message and back and forth, everything started. He said, "Hi doc, I like your background, and we are having an amazing medical technology breakthrough." So obviously, because I'm super crazy, I always look out for new stuff, and because I've been doing a lot of research on all the new devices or the products which come in. So I'm always looking out for something, and I think it was like the right time, right catch, so
Yes.
so he started sending in me the details, but I told Hetal also about it, that something is coming up, but I didn't find time because next day I was traveling to India because I go there, so I was not able to find time. But I shared with Hetal that we need to look into this, and I was in communication with him because I found him very, very polite. What I like about John is that the way the opportunity was presented was very subtle, not being pushy.
Yeah.
And he is amazing the way he was putting in the information, and then he will put little sorry, I'm giving too much information. I said no, I like it because I'm like very hungry for the more data I get, it helps me to decide. But then after 4-5 days he was very smart. He immediately put in Dr. Mark Gordon.
Yeah.
So there comes
Another cardiologist.
yeah.
Yes.
So there comes a hero. So when I saw that a credible cardiologist, an interventional cardiologist who should be in the cath lab and busy making money doing angioplasties, what is he doing here? That actually raised the alarm bells for me, that something is crazy about this company, which I should really look into. So though my schedules in Mumbai are pretty hectic, and I see almost 80 cases a day, but still we were communicating. I went through it, and we started, I think, got on to a Zoom meeting with Dr. Gordon, which was mind blowing. And we all felt that, it was like literally a divine connection, that we were meant to be.
Wow.
And then the story goes on, and, we had amazing Carrie Dickey come in, and we spoke to Maria, Carrie, we spoke to Stu. I think John did an amazing, work of systematically, putting up everyone, all the amazing leaders. And Hetal also because I don't do anything without letting we work together. So he got absolutely amazed by the business part of it, because I'm more on the crazy science side. I don't really care about the other things.
Yeah.
But I think he keeps the kitchen running and the house going. So
Yes.
just by science you can't. So he supported a lot, and we are on.
I love it. I love it. And, you guys make such a great team with his experience prior and just his business knowledge and stuff. So, Hetal, with your prior experience in network marketing, what sorts of questions were you looking to get answered to know if this was a good fit for the two of you?
Well, for me, it was, I've always had this in my mind that, the business can be great, but if the people are not good, then you don't want to be doing something with that. And the flip side is that the business could be bad, but if the people are great, even then it's not going to work.
Right.
So for me, I was looking at, the products was one thing, but also how are the people? And as John wonderfully put us in touch with one after the other, people who have been successful with the business, and
Amazing.
people who have been, students of this for many, many years and have done wonderful work with it, my curiosity kind of got more satisfied as I talked to them, as I learned from them. And, having seen so many different kinds of businesses in the last 20 plus years, for me, it was like, here's something that people can get involved in without understanding the science behind it, right, simply because the products work.
Right.
That was it for me. The products work. And I could see the belief in people when we did a lot of Zoom sessions with people that, they spoke about their own kids having undergone certain kind of ailments and how the products like benefited them. And then on top of that, of course, being married to such a wonderful person who has dedicated her life to curing heart disease. When she said that oxidative, because she has been like a proponent of oxidative stress right from the last 20 years. Wow. And this is the first time that we found a product that could actually do something about it. Yeah, and there's nothing in the market that exists, period.
That's great.
So when I saw all of this, like this whole package came together. And I said, you know what, hey, great business, great product, great people, and anybody can do it. It doesn't have to be, I'm like a rocket scientist to figure this out. Anybody with a dream, a passion, a desire and intensity that they want to make a difference, not only in their lives, but other people's lives. And I'm not just looking for money.
Right.
I'm looking to seriously go out there and do something that can impact more people. And I said, this is the right business to be in. And I was sold. It just took me like maybe half an hour to get sold on it.
Yes. Oh, I totally believe it. I'll never forget, when we were introduced, because we had never done a business like this before. And so we were introduced and, I was trying to do everything I could to describe the product. I was reaching out to different scientists that didn't know me, but I knew their products and how good they were and like try to disprove it. And they were like, ooh, let me get in touch with the creator. I'm like, okay, I'll figure it out. I don't know how, but, and going through that journey and then realizing, like you said, that this is for real. I remember Sean and I going and being like, okay, I'm trying to disprove this, and Harvard's validated it. The American Heart Association's validated it. The National Institute of Health and Aging has validated it. I don't know what I'm trying to do, but it was my journey. But then when we did meet the people, like you said, we were just wowed by, the only person that we knew was my girlfriend that introduced me. So we had a similar experience of meeting different people. Carrie and Maria were actually at our very first meeting here in Sioux Falls, and Dr. Mark Gordon, actually Carrie Dickey was as well. And so we got a taste of those people. And I just remember thinking the whole time, I'm like, everything just sounds too good to be true. Like every single thing, like where is the wrong in this? Because it's like, everything seemed too great. And I just kept hearing them saying, it's like it's a perfect storm. And I'm like, well, and I'm telling you today it is. And the people are that, exactly what you're saying. So it's just so cool to hear that from you. And one of the things that John shared with me was when he reached out to you, Dr. Gandhi, was that he said, correct me if I'm wrong, John, something about, this is the only, natural brand of product on the planet or that whatever that lowers oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. Is that what you had said to her, John? And she said, wow.
Yeah, because the thing is that I have been talking about free radicals and oxidative stress almost since 20 years, because being a preventive cardiologist, you're always, focused on going to the root cause.
Yes.
And in fact, in yesterday, I was talking to Dr. Mark Gordon that we should be doing a research that if we can reverse the blockage, and help, it would be a great breakthrough, in medicine. So, we all know that there is some diet, exercise, but we don't have anything like a proof of concept that with any particular product, and that is where I saw the studies with Protandim. It just blew me off, because PubMed is a very reliable and credible source. And
yes,
my research is also on PubMed. My research paper, my original research work, and I know how much it takes to, it is just like 8 pages, but it took me almost 3-4 years, and it goes back and forth with the reviewers, like the peers, and also I know that what it takes for a research to come on PubMed, it's not easy. Right. So that really excited me, that because no supplements has got this kind of research. You generally come across all these commercials or telemarketing, or, like we have these ads on TV. They're, they make a lot of claims, but there is no evidence, So what I found credible about this amazing company is that it is like having a lot of credibility. And I could really identify with Dr. McCord, because he is is really a guru, I would say. I mean, the kind of research which he has done with SOD and discovering and all that stuff, when I went through, it just blew my mind, because I don't think so that any direct selling or network, people are having this kind of amazing science and all this kind of thing. But, frankly speaking, being a doctor, we are always made to think conservatively. So I was anti network marketing, you can say, because it's something doesn't fit into our psychology. I'm sorry to say that, folks. But,
no, we felt the same.
But thanks to Hital, because the way he, you can say he's a software engineer, so he really programmed me well. He deleted my all bad files and corrupt data and reprogrammed me.
A new download.
I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, the cash flow quadrant, networking in the 21st century. So he is a master programmer, we have on board. So then I from anti this, networking, I became absolutely a proponent. I said, if this is a great product, I don't care how the company manages. I'm in it, whether it is going to be anything, whether it is retail or this, because I'm here for science and anything which helps people and helps with our mission to help people. I'm in, and I don't bother about the stigma which is associated with all that. There are always going to be negative people. I really don't care. What we care is that we are reaching out to people and making a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what made us, to take this decision.
I love it. And what we came to found, because we were skeptical as well when we first came in, like Michelle said, but we were open-minded enough to see what it truly was. And I'm telling you, when this business model, when this profession's done right with the right people and the right products, it is amazing. It's one of the best ways to do business out there, because it can impact so many people, and it has such a level playing field for anybody that wants to get involved. And that is very, very rare in business. Usually there's, either huge financial commitments to get a business up and running, or, you have to have certain credentials or background or experience. I just love the flattening of the playing field that this type of format provides for everybody. And it's all, now your background, she just said software engineer. You're really good at reprogramming people.
I know. Whenever we get that reprogramming, I'm going to call you up.
Coming to and with big firms on Wall Street for many years, you've also got a very, very expansive set of credentials as well. How do you see all of this then fitting in with these class-creating products and combining it with network marketing being kind of that perfect storm for you?
Well, that's a great, I would say, question that you asked me. Let me put it this way. I mean, I've been 22 years. I worked 22 years on Wall Street. So by no means, maybe I look young, but I've seen a lot of stuff.
You look great.
So, I still remember those days when I used to be at work, and many times it used to be working with traders. And I don't know if anybody on here has had an exposure to that, but if you haven't, you don't want to do that, because these guys are completely nuts. They are hyper. They are, they don't speak anything but 4-letter words, and they're not nice ones by any means. And, so you go through all that, and, I've probably created systems that maybe some of you may be using for trading today, and I don't get paid for that.
Yep.
The companies that I work for make millions of dollars for the software that I wrote for them. And they will continue using that, but I don't see the benefit of that. So yeah, I may have helped other people to maybe, do some nice trading, but neither the person who trades nor the one who make the software is going to make anything out of it except the company that's giving this to other people. And that's when I realized that I always wanted to make, make a difference to people.
Yes.
And I thought software would be the answer to maybe give, the world something that they could use and they could benefit by. But if I'm not able to see the benefit in it, I felt that maybe I'm in the wrong side of the business.
Okay.
And when network marketing came along, the first time that I got exposed to it, I realized that the 40 by 40 by 40 plan is not working. Because I'm going to be, working 40 years of my life for 40 hours a week, and then to make only 40% of what I make, because 60% goes to the government and to the taxes that I have to pay. That didn't make sense to me,
Yeah.
And I still remember the first paycheck. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm kind of digressing a little bit.
No,
this is wonderful. I love this.
The first paycheck that I got, right? And I still remember this so clearly. I got this paycheck and I'm seeing this, and then what was promised to me and what I got was really gross,
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, I went to my boss and I said, what happened here, Because I was familiar with all this stuff. So, there was some FICA, MICA and all that kind of things on the paycheck. I said, what's wrong here, I'm missing something. So I went to him and said, I told him, listen, you promised you something, which you said is, going to be unlimited income. And what I got was something that I can't even fathom,
Yeah.
So he said, well, you have got this sleeping partner. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, you've got the sleeping partner. His name is, name is Sam. I said, Sam who? Sam who? He said, I'm like Uncle Sam. I said, really? Uncle Sam? So he said, yeah, Uncle Sam. I said, I am from India. I'm not a Christian. I don't know any Uncle Sam. I'm sorry. He said, no. Everybody in this country has got an Uncle Sam, whether you like it or not. And I said, okay. So I said, all right, if I have to live with Uncle Sam and share what I make with him, even though I don't know who he is, then I'm going to find a system where I can meet Uncle Sam. And network marketing was the answer.
Oh.
So when that came along, I said, you know what, to get out of the 40 by 40 plan, the 40 by 40 by 40 plan, and I said, every day in the morning, I have to get up to go to work. I used to live in some Jersey, which is again like a cold state, and all that. And every day in the morning, I would be on the parkway there, and people would be waving at me one finger at a time. And I would be like, this is not life.
Yeah.
This is definitely not life. So I said, you know what, something needs to change. And network marketing gave me that opportunity to actually create my own financial future.
Wow.
And it's not just that, I was able to create it, but I was able to learn how to work with people, how to educate people, how to mentor people,
Yes.
how to make a difference in other people's life without really looking at just the monetary benefits of everything.
Absolutely.
And that mindset that network marketing brought into my lifestyle was amazing, because what I realized is that not only I make a difference to myself because I'm reading a lot of good books, I'm associating with some great people,
Yes.
and the mindset that I'm creating within me is not only going to impact my family, but it's going to impact millions of other families around me. And within a short period of time, I was able to create a team of some 25,000 people, and do all the good stuff. And then life, of course, happens like it does sometimes.
Yes.
And I had to give that away to somebody else to take care of, and they destroyed the business, of course. But what I learned was that I took away with me the success principles. And what I realized is that success principles don't change, no matter what you do. You could do a job, but if you know how to apply success principles in your day-to-day life, you
Yes.
can be successful in anything you do. It doesn't matter whether it's working for somebody, working for yourself, or just being yourself at home. You could have success principles work in the house, with the kids, with your wife, with everything. So it's just universal, And
Yeah.
that's what I just love about this business and this type of a business. And
Yeah.
I think people who don't understand what network marketing is are missing out big time.
Yeah.
They really don't know what a great opportunity they have their hands on. And if they would just dig into it a little bit more and just see the benefits of what it can do to them, just to the individual, they would be blown away.
Yeah.
That much I can promise you.
And you talked about earlier, like the cash flow quadrant, Robert Kiyosaki, I remember learning about his rich dad being one of the first people to bring over franchising to Hawaii. And
Right.
back when he did that, people did not think franchising was a legitimate way to do business. And it had a very negative connotation, a stigma attached to it that wasn't good. And I think we're seeing the same transition happen with network marketing as we did with franchising, because there isn't a business person around that's going to deny that franchising doesn't work and it's not a valid way to do business. And we're going to morph this profession, this industry, with people like you, with people like John, to let the world know that, again, when this is done right with the right people, it is extraordinary. Yes. It is absolutely a valid way to do business. And one thing that I was surprised at with this is the personal development.
I was going to say, while he was sharing that,
is unbelievable. And I never would have guessed that 7 years ago when we first got started, that we would go on this huge development journey in addition to the health journey and the financial journey and all of that. It encompasses everything. It really does.
Yeah. I mean, that was one of the, as you were sharing that, I'm like, oh my gosh, Sean talks about that all the time, that the biggest thing that he was never expecting was the personal growth. Yeah. And you're right. I mean, it literally impacts, it's not just business. It absolutely impacts every relationship in your life. Your churches, your kids, the school. I mean, everybody that you associate with, because every day you're growing and you're learning and you're just on this quest to how can I become a better person? But then you meet so many people and you learn different things about them and you become inspired about them, like, ooh, what makes them tick? And you just learn all these new different things. And it's like, holy cow, if I look back to who we were, before we got started, I mean, that is a huge blessing. I mean, I know many people that have joined, with our company, and they say, I mean, I think I hear it like 99.999% of the time. Well, we know, right? We have you guys here that are validating these products. I mean, that's huge. And then this profession. But people, so 99.999% of the time, I hear people say they're here and they stay here because of the people. The people that we have attracted and this mission that we have is just so darn beautiful. Yeah. And when you're on a quest and on a mission, you've got this whole family groove going on that just makes you unstoppable to do such great things in the world. And so you just always want to grow to be better. Totally agree. And you're bringing up missions and visions. And one of your missions or visions, I guess, doctor, is to eradicate cardiovascular disease using non-invasive, cost-effective treatments. We talked about that earlier. How do you see then adding in activation of the NERV2 pathway into this approach and helping, being preventative and proactive approaches?
Yeah, that's really nice question, John. Because Sean, sorry, because first thing what I liked about LifeVantage product is that all the ingredients are in India, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was like a no-brainer for me because I have worked with ashwagandha over a long period of time. I have worked with bacopa, milk thistle. So in fact, in our ancient Indian medicine, which is Ayurveda, we have been using this, and our saints, and we call the ancient scientists in the Indian language rishis. Okay, so they have written the scriptures and they had actually the techniques for extending life.
Oh,
and
wow.
They used to live for 150 years and all. Okay, and they used to use a lot of herbs. So actually, now I'm happy that at least the Western world is listening to this, and there's a wake-up call, and there is a lot of science coming in, validating it with all the before and after studies and everything. So what I liked about what LifeVantage is doing is that at least, it brought the credibility to this whole thing by making a scientific study so that, we can tell the whole world about it,
Yeah.
So though we have those ingredients, so for us, the morning ritual is we use the turmeric in our spices in food, and we also we have with warm water in the morning. So when John sent us all these things, it was not a surprise because we know the benefits, right?
Yeah.
But what struck me was that when all these components are brought together through the proprietary blend, it becomes 18 times more powerful. That is Protandem.
Yes.
Okay. That was something which blew me off. And I decided that, amazing, this is what it is. So I've seen that a lot of people say, oh, it is turmeric, it could be $1, $2, and this is another. I went through, like, all of us are skeptics somewhere, that devil's advocate. So we go through this websites and, reviews and whether it is scam. And so, like, I also did little of my advocate studies, and I was going through that. And I'm talking because, there are a lot of people and they will be facing a lot of objections, from the people who are coming in. So, like, so what I saw was that for any product, like, first and foremost, whatever at $40-50 what we are selling is really, really affordable. It is not something, it is cost effective, because the first thing when I work with any product is always I see whether it is cost effective, and second thing is it has got mass application. So I think that what Protandim definitely is very, very cost effective. I mean, come on, we just go out for a family dinner and we spend $40, right?
Yes.
To put in a lot of trash and create free radicals and increase oxidative stress.
Yes.
So, right, with all those stuff. So it's not we're asking much, and people should understand and value the efforts and the time which is put in the science part. Come on, a scientist like Dr. McCord has spent 40 years of his life, I mean, into this. And, I think if you're cribbing about $40, we really don't know to value science. That's how I put these things across. So I would say that Protandim is something which is very powerful, which I would like to use as a first line of defense for all the people whom I come across who want to prevent heart disease and cancer, because the science is out there. And I have seen that even people go on diets, they exercise, but still everything is not right, because what nutrigenomics and what this latest science has come in of activating our own body genes and all, the NRF2 activation technology is amazing, and I would say it is really a breakthrough in medicine for this century. And we are all blessed at the right time with the right people. As you all said, that we have got lovely people, like, my hearts go out to all of you, because, when I started 15 years back saying people that you can avoid open heart surgeries, everybody was calling me mad. All doctors were opposing me. They were thinking that I've gone crazy when I started with the ECP technology. Now everybody is copying me.
Yes.
They're all copying me, but I don't get any benefit out of all the pioneering work I have done,
Yes.
So I think with Protandim, we have a great business opportunity, that we are really putting in that hard work to convince people, to talk to people. We are talking about the science, and this company has made a beautiful plan to reward us for our hard work,
Right.
And that really got me excited into this whole business, that I would say it is money with blessings.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
That's we always say, you can do so much and give so much and make, even a bigger difference. There's never been, we built our house 12 years ago, and we're still in the same house. We're not, our company, none of us are about that. In fact, we talk all the time about how can we lower people's debts? How can we get them debt free, and those types of things. And I don't know if you guys caught it, but she may or may not have said this could potentially be the breakthrough of the century. Mic drop. But with that being said, we can't say that, this cures, treats, prevents, or mitigates anything, but we do know that oxidative stress, if you're not sure what oxidative stress is, go out and check out what that is. And when you understand that you can lower that by an average of 40% in 30 days, and get your body flowing again, and
there's nothing else on the planet that does that.
Right.
And I loved where you brought up the fact that India's been using these ingredients for hundreds of years.
Yes.
This isn't new science. What's special about it is that recipe and that synergistic effect where you said it increases it by 18-fold.
Yep.
That's crazy, because these on their own are amazing, amazing ingredients.
Yes.
But when you increase it with that synergistic effect, that's the miracle, because then it unlocks the body's own potential to do what it was designed to do, right? And so let's dream about the future here for a second. We talked about India. We talked about them knowing about these ingredients and stuff. We're a $200 million startup company. We're still a young, pioneering company. What's going to happen when this goes globally, and a country like India with 1 billion people
who know what these ingredients are have access to it.
I think it
Can I
will
say?
be, yeah, maybe. Yes.
I think we'll do 250 million a day.
Wow.
Say that one more time.
We'll do 250 million a day. Because
That's crazy.
The potential of what we have our hands on, and I'm non-clinical, but just the fact that we have a hose to douse the fire that's inside of us, rather than a bottle, and keep doing that with all the antioxidant products out there. I believe that if we just turn on the hose in the right place to the right people, this can just go viral in seconds.
Yes.
100%.
And I mean, I think like Doctor will vouch for that, because she's seen so much that she has gone through in terms of like products and devices and all that kind of good stuff to help people. But this product is so simple and so easy to make like available to everybody.
Yeah.
They don't have to go to a hospital. They don't have to go to a doctor. They don't have to get a prescription. None of that. It's so simple. It's just going online and ordering it.
Yeah.
I mean, what could be easier? I'm sorry.
I think Darren Jensen will have to start worrying about the production.
Yeah. They'll
ramp it up.
Yeah, he'll have to start wondering, keeping up,
because once it turns on.
Because the Asian culture supports a lot the natural, so the concept is not foreign, unlike the West. So only thing is that India is a little price sensitive market, so I'm sure we have to do good homework before we go. But networking is something which catches on with the Indian community very well. Yeah. So that's a good thing. So we expect something like a huge explosion. I just want to add something, because I believe that whatever achievements we have, it's all with the blessing of God. And I, as a physician, always consider myself as a instrument in the hands of God, because generally what happens that if you look at the medical culture, whenever the operation is successful, then the surgeon feels I did it, but somebody dies on table, oh, it was God's wish, So I never understand this, why there is a duality, that when it is successful, then it is a surgeon, when somebody dies, it is God's wish, right? So end of the day, my yoga and meditation has kept me very humble and grounded, and I feel that whatever we do is, we are just instruments in the hands of God. So I consider LifeVantage and our entire wonderful family that, whatever we are doing, we are like the angels, God has sent us with a lot of positivity to help people around us. So don't feel down, or don't feel like if you get rejection or criticism or skeptics, just don't feel anything about it. Just let it go, because because people who want to catch on you will catch on you. People who don't want will not want. And second thing is that before John sent me the message, I mean, Hetal can vouch for that. Somewhere in mid-Feb, I was feeling suddenly very happy, okay? And I was like from last year trying to get some new, because I am like that scientist looking out for something new, right? Every 2-3 years, I'm launching something new. But from last few months, I was not getting anything, okay? So I was a little frustrated, because I want something new to launch through IPC and I was not getting it. So, and suddenly in Feb mid, I started feeling so calm, as if my answers, my prayers are answered. And I said, I don't know, Hetal. I'm feeling so good, so nice. Something great is coming in, which is going to change our life this year. I just don't know what it is, but I'm feeling great, I would say that that's why I said that this is divine intervention, because when John's message came in and I started going through the studies and everything, then we just had to seal it that yes, this is that breakthrough which we're looking for. And after we met all the amazing leaders in this company, we just are so convinced, and full of that faith and belief that we are with the right company, right set of people. And we really, really thank you for opening your hearts and giving us a huge welcome and, making us feel like a family, So we really, really thank you for that.
You guys rock. How about those of you that are listening to this or watching the replay, put in the comments, what listening to this has done and inspired you or impacted you. and if we should do more of this.
I'd like to add one thing.
I just said I
If you have a few minutes.
Yeah.
I would just like to add one thing. In the beginning, you did ask John that how did he get the nerve to like reach out to us? And I actually want to tell everybody that, it's those people that are just like you, meaning that people who are at the same, I would say, this economic level that you are at, or the circles that you move around with, are the ones who may criticize you the most.
Yeah.
The people that intimidate you are the ones that you should really be talking to. Because somebody who's successful in life, be it jobs, be it businesses, or be it just, having some idea about success, they will never criticize something good that comes along.
Right.
They will always welcome it, and they will actually thank you,
Yeah.
in fact, for having
And we
shown them
thank
the
John. We
opportunity.
really
And
thank John.
so
because God said, yeah.
so don't be intimidated by somebody's profession or by somebody's background, because at the end of the day, we are just as human as everybody else. We have the same things. We wake up in the morning, we brush our teeth, we go to the bathroom, we use toilet paper and whatever else. And, we are just like everybody else, Yeah. So the only difference is that I'm like ordinary people with extraordinary dreams. And if you can be an ordinary person with extraordinary dreams and an extraordinary desire for success, anything is possible. So don't be intimidated by anybody, because there are people just like us. Millions of them were looking for an opportunity, and you may be the only answer to have spoken to them about it.
I love it.
I just want to add that.
You gave me tears. It's just so beautiful.
So
it's true. It's
yeah,
true.
It
so
absolutely is. And I can't believe that we've been on this for an hour now.
Oh my God.
That flew by. But I've had an amazing time doing this. And I think, if you guys are up for it, I think we should do more of these where, we can pick each other's brains on the business and on the science and really educate as many people as we possibly can. Because that is the mission of all of us. Again, I really want to reiterate that. That's why we work as hard as we do.
Yes.
That's why we continue to, and it's not the 40-40-40 hour, I don't think that you used to work. It was probably 40-80-40 is what that dream was, right?
Yeah.
80 hours a week is what, people are doing out there.
And
I
was downplaying it.
And when people truly understand the components of what is so special and so unique about what we're so excited about, to me, it's just a no-brainer that when they've opened up their mind and their heart to truly hear the message, that they're going to integrate it in some capacity into their life. And that looks different for everybody, but I know that we're on the tip of the iceberg. We're just at the very, very beginning of what this is going to do and how many people we're going to impact. And it's been amazing getting to know you and spending this time together with you guys. I can't wait to watch you fly through the ranks of the company and bless tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people along the way.
Yes. And
thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
It was just so fun, when John and I were first talking and we talked about this, it was immediately just like, how, we can just help so many more people by doing this. And that's, what I want everybody to know out there is if everybody could just hear the hearts of, the pre-conversation before this and what led up to this and whatnot. It's just the coolest thing. And I'm sure those of you that are watching have captured that feeling just in this tonight. But it's just so cool. And John, is there anything, any last words for the three of you before we get off and let you get back to your beautiful lives?
I just think it's amazing to welcome these incredible people and with huge hearts, like I mentioned earlier, and to have a company with products that famous doctors look at and say, "Wow!" That is amazing. So, welcome, Dr. Gandhi and Cal.
Thank you, John. Thank you for everything.
Yes, and any final last words from you guys, and then we'll head out.
Sure. I just want to say really thank you to you guys for welcoming us, it's just wonderful that we met John the way we did, and definitely there was some divine plan in that. And I do believe that just the fact that you guys are making us feel so special and so welcome I know this business is going to do wonders, not just for us, but the people that come across us in the next few months and years to follow. And we're just very, very grateful that, and very thankful that you guys thought about us and put us on this with you on this Facebook Live, and that we could share some of our thoughts, some of the things that are dear to us, of what we saw in the business. And I can't wait to see what's there to come, because if this is the beginning, oh my gosh, I am so fired up about what's to come. And I can't wait to do more of these with you guys as well, to pick your brains, because you guys have a humongous business. I know you've poured your heart out to so many people, and people love your videos, just like we did when we saw them the first time. And just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for having us on the show.
Yeah, and I just want to tell all the people, thanks for your time and listening to us. And a very, very important message is that believe in yourself.
Yes.
That's most important. Don't go by what people say. And another important thing which I want to share is that, your power of thought and your power of intention is so important. So whenever you are giving out pretending to anyone, just pray, just hope that great things will happen to them. Because, it's like as I told you, that we are the mediums, we are instruments in the hands of God. And when it's not, for me, I always believe that there is money for your need and not your greed, So whatever money happens, it's a secondary byproduct of what the good work you do, the good karma you do. So I feel that it is really a good deed that we go out and reach out to maximum people, talk to them about the science, go with a clean and pure heart to help them. And I'm sure they will be benefited, period. So just go with that belief and pour your heart out and just leave the rest to God. We all will do great. We are a great family.
I love it.
Amen.
I don't know if you guys can see Facebook or not, but it has been a constant stream of hearts and thumbs up for 60 straight minutes. It's just, it rolls and rolls and rolls. People are just loving this. And we appreciate the time that you took tonight. And just, coming into the LifeVantage family. We want you to know that, again, this is just the beginning, and we're excited to be on this journey with you. John Brooks, man, you rock.
Yes, John.
Your love for people and doing the right thing before anything else is going to bless you beyond your wildest expectations. And I can't wait to travel the world with you guys. And I just, I love living life with you.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Thank
This
you.
is joy. This is joy. This is joy. People know that I'm a crazy passionate person, but this is why I'm crazy passionate. It's because what we've got with this science and the people and just the pure, lately I'm doing like my little hashtags and stuff. I'll do it like, and they just come to me, but it's just been love mission, right? It's just a love mission. And we are here to just make the world a better place as a whole. So God bless you guys. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you guys that all joined tonight. Share this, share it with your friends, your family, different groups, however you feel that it can bless. Everything that you guys said was just so beautiful. And we always do say, how can we bless? God, give us who we need to be talking to today. How can we bless the person that is speaking in before us? So thank you so much. I can't wait to hug you in person. I know, right? Here we go. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Bless
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Cheers.